attack, he has to get the shield. So Esme kind of got a little buff against Lapu. I think it's an option for him, but Esme is not like that S tier. You still have the YZ, you still have the glue available. Things can go really good because they have the Faramis, no glue counter.
Yeah, what we saw from the last time too is maybe are we going to be looking at another thicker jungler role coming from the side of Ackerman, since we're kind of going into a Fredrin? We don't really know. Well, it is on Anna, so I'm going to assume that that is going to be going in the jungler role. Are we going to be looking for an assassin on the side of Ackerman? As we do know, Kush does play a decent, a great Fanny's, which has already been taken off the board, I believe. We're coming here at the butt end of the second banning phase, and ooh, we're gonna go ahead and pick up the Karina. So it is going to be an assassin with a double kind of well,
wait,
actually maybe not
playing with your private.
Yeah.
It could be the tank though. It could be the tank. It doesn't have to go the assassin route for the Karina, but we saw a lot of things picked up that we talked about. The Valentina picked up for the Colt Archer Faramis, still the YZ into the Lapu lane. Doesn't really enjoy lane phase, but loves to break apart in the team fight. Estes to kind of glue this all together, and the Faramis and the Estes together, well, they don't provide a lot of damage. They provide such survivability and utility for the team.
Interesting fact here too. We do have that we do have Midnights on that Valentina, which is what I was talking about. That's kind of what you want when you're facing a Faramis there as well. So you have two cult altars basically kind of canceling each other out. However, the story here is going to come with, after that cult altar, with that Estes, are you going to be able, while you're going to be able to have that sustain, are you going to have the damage to take down Gosu on their side? As it gets later and later into the game, I feel like this is going to go over into the side of Gosu. We're just going to see how this early game plays out. What would it mean for North America if we could get Ackerman or Gosu to a point where they might be actually taking on one of the top teams?
How much did lag play into that? We'll never know. This will be our best shot at it. It looks like we are back into game one, restarting the series.
Yep, don't adjust your TVs. We're going to go ahead. It's game round 3 of this. We're going to see if we have any changes. Same compositions from both guys. So we're going to go ahead and continue on that and see where we have the pressure and if we have learned this groundhog series that we have going on.
Yeah, how can Gosu take those early game losses and prevent themselves, move around, navigate the map in a way that lets them stand a little taller in these lanes and not let Ackerman roll through this game?
Beautiful call out there by Guapsi, able to go ahead and throw the slowdown for Nicolette before they rotate out. And you see right here, Pop Prem is going to be sitting in here for the mid lane right now. So we do have a little bit of a change out, maybe some lag issues on the player side there. Ackerman and Tonks and Kush going to go ahead and rotate up here, setting up for a gank.
I think the best thing for Gosu right now to do is to play safe and just put as many eggs in this basket as you can with the carry. It doesn't need to all be there. You have the Lapu, you have the Valentina, the Fredrin. They can make room, they can make space and time for this carry to get where she needs to be, but you've got, and Melo's done it. He's up here babysitting hard. This carry can't take any more losses.
Yeah, 26 seconds still left on a turtle, so we do still have great map pressure there. Promise does get a little bit of a feedback there, ripping in with that passive to go ahead and make sure he gets topped up, and not able to find the gank is Gosu just yet.
They've gotten to play this early game now for the 3rd time, so it should be very clean for both teams. But once we pass this first turtle and we start to get into the mid game, we'll see the difference that lag actually played in those first 2 starts of this series and how much it affected the Gosu team. Can they come back and win this?
Yeah, Turtle is in a great position for Gosu here on their side. Nicolette coming in with that Shadow Stampede. Does not pull out. Anna does find the Turtle there, but in comes Promise with that red, Black Dragon. We do see that the Cold Altar comes out there, followed by the Time Journey. Is it going to be enough? Toinks in a little bit of trouble. Promise goes down for the side of Ackerman. Great pickup for Gosu. A Turtle and a kill.
Double Cold Altar just makes the team fight last so long, and Lapu thrives in that. If he can get a second round of his skills, that second ulti, it's just such an increase of damage. Lapu wants to get out, use the skills, get out, reverse cooldowns, and then go back in on that short cooldown hero.
Yeah, I mean, and a great pickup there by the side of by Uzi to go in there with that bravest fighter. And you saw Nicolette try to get that Shadow Stampede to pull Lapu back, but then the anti-CC coming out from him, finishing up that ult, able to kind of knock him out of it and still have a presence in that fight.
Now, 1-0 Gosu, right? And that's great. They've even taken Turtle for themselves. So this is quite a switch from the previous 2 times we've seen this. This is a 1K gold lead for Gosu, and previously, Ackerman took both leads. So now it's going to affect itself in a little bit in monetization. We see Lapu going towards a little bit of defensive itemization.
Yeah, and now we're starting to put pressure onto this mid here right now. Not sure if we're going to be able to get too much here. A little army of minions started to march down here. Nicolette not able to land that Shadow Stampede on any members, but now we have 4 members coming up to this top lane. Zia might be in a little bit of trouble. Not sure if you want to show himself. He does. And a little bit of a slow kind of coming out here as well. You see Frederick kind of leading the charge here. Nicolette and Twinks are going to go ahead and find the safety behind these towers.
Oh, well, that's out of the map. Karina's in the dive private.
Yeah, Uzi in a little bit of trouble, does get picked up by Promise. Great initiation by Kush there to come in, put on the damage, and then get out of dodge to allow Promise to get in there with that after the aggro had already been taken on the Kush.
Good trade back, and honestly, dying as Lapu once is not that big of a deal, but if he dies a couple more times, it really hurts his effectiveness in these team fights because he's just not at the itemization. He's too far behind on this mid-game spike. You need to get ahead. You need to win lane. You need to do these things. I think it's a great start for both teams here. Gosu, a little bit of lead, but it's been drawn back straight even now. Ackerman's got to kill.
Yeah, Nicolette does get poked out from that bush, waiting for these Cult Altars to go ahead and come off. Here comes the bravest fighter from Uzi. Cult Altar is out along with Promise on that dragon. Swooping around, Anna picks up the turtle again. So they're going to have that buff into it. Kush able to pick up the kill on to a member there, followed by Zia. So that is 2 down for the side of Gosu. Anna in trouble, gets taken out as well, oh, or not. Uzi taken out in the background, but Anna finally goes down. That is 4 members down for the side of Gosu. A wide difference from the first turtle fight.
Huge break, 4 kills, but the gold didn't increase that much. How can Ackerman push this advantage? Now they have it, and they're going to go for the mid lane and try to get into this jungle access.
And that's what you get from the tip top of the tower of these teams. Here, you get the kill, then you're going to go ahead and continue that pressure on to the towers. And that's what you get as a value from these teams when you get these kills. You can't just get the kills alone. They're not as valuable here. You need to get those objectives. We do have 1 tower, though, on the side of Ackerman, who able to push that down.
I feel like you definitely see a difference in the ability of Ana in this game with these retries. You can't do that if you're lagging, if you're having disconnect issues. Ana seems to have a great connection this game, really working on the Fredrin. Yes, they lost in kills there, but they're getting the objectives down.
Yeah, they are going to go ahead and rotate. Are they going to get caught here? Diggy and Mello might be in a little bit of trouble. Does get caught. There is going to expend that flicker, but not long for the world as Zia cleans that up quickly. 2 kills for Zia right now, starting to add on to this game as we get into the mid.
This is problematic. You can't have Zia fed in this mid spike. It's a problem.
Oh, Cult Altar has been expended here. Bravest fighter from Uzi comes in there. Cult Altar from Ackerman now as well. We do have that Black Dragon is able to kind of secure the escape for him. Anna taken out. Uzi follows up closely behind, and that tower is mincemeat. Now we are chasing on to Poppy, and he gets taken down as well. That is 3 down for Gosu right now as Guapsi does exchange a tower at the top for it.
That looked eerily similar to the last game we played where Ackerman dives into the tier 2 mid turret and cleans the team fight again. Another set of kills going over for them and increasing the gold lead into another 1,000. Now they're about 2,500 gold ahead, and they're starting to press this gold advantage, taking river control and making Gosu bush check into them.
Yeah, and all these kills, we got 3 kills on Zia right now. We were talking about having 2 supports on your team and what that means for your team and the damage you have. On the side for Valentina, you do have that Cult Ultra coming out, but then another time journey from Diggy. So where is the damage kind of coming from? Uzi trying to come back in there, but Guapsi is not really taken off on this carry yet to be dishing out the damage that his team needs.
And I expect Ackerman all gas, no brakes. We don't ever want to see this carry in the late game. We never want to see this Fredrin and this Lapu creating a front line for the carry to do work behind. They're going to keep pushing this as fast as they can, and that may be the win condition for Gosu. Catch them.
Oh, Nicolette tried to get in there with a shadow stampede, but we have the time journey coming out from the Diggy, so they're not going to actually have that up just yet. Not that they're going to need it for anything too close. There's still 80 seconds left on this Lord, starting to put pressure onto this bottom lane here. Poppy, Guapsi, and Mello trying to defend it off. They do have the advantage. Look at the damage going on here. Cult Altar has been activated along with that healing from the Estus as we dive deep into it. The rest of the team can't follow. Kush in trouble here into the back line. Is he going to be able to finds a kill onto Poppy, and then Kush gets taken out, followed by Nicolette finding 2 kills of her own.
Kush was all alone in that team fight, and it seemed like he was going to get caught out. The rest of Gosu members take the bait, push into Kush, and the rest of Ackerman says, yum, yum, nice lunch. Takes the rest of the kills, now pushing in. It's not the same pace as the last game we just watched, but Ackerman doing the same plays again and again with this comp, diving in, taking all these kills away from Gosu.
Yeah, and they're doing it in a spectacular fashion right now. 4-0-5 is Zia. Nice gold lane you have there indeed. He is mounting a comeback here right now and just becoming the damage he needs to be. Anna and Milo in a little bit of trouble here. We do have to expend a flicker there as the rest of Gosu are going ahead and staving off this attack right now, but that does mean this purple buff goes over to the side of Ackerman.
Starving out Gosu's jungle once again. All of Ackerman is in there taking every buff, every camp that means away from him. That means not only does Fredrin have to share farm and experience with the rest of his lanes, but those lanes get grouped up in their sharing experience. Easy Lord, no contest. Ackerman's going to push in this Lord and hope to break an inhibitor with this push.
And we're talking about Zia on this marksman doing a great job, but Nicolette also as well, even especially on a Faramis that does have that squishiness to him, and it does have to kind of stay into the fray of the fight. Nicolette doing a great job of being that presence for her team, making sure that her cult altars are ready and not getting caught out.
Big itemization coming across from the side of Ackerman. They have so much gold, now 7k gold ahead. Lord pushing down the mid lane. Will they break it?
Yeah, we're going to see if they can withstand this wall. Black Dragon comes out. We do see Zia takes down Anna. Milo follows closely behind. Cult altars are out and activated. Is going to be able to keep them up. Uzi goes down next. This is all Ackerman all the time right now. Is Gosu going to be able to fend this off? Poppy goes down as well, but that is going to be all she wrote for Zia. A little greedy there, but we are 6-1-7. I don't blame him.
Pushing in, trying to close this game. 10 minutes, can carry defend. It looks like they're going to push into the game, Private.
Yeah, we do. I don't think there's going to be much like Wapsi can do here. Half health left onto that. We do have the time turner coming down. Milo able to fend off this assault, and now we have 2 more members left are going to come in here, try to fend off Kush. Uzi comes in with that bravest fighter. Taunt's actually in a little bit of trouble here. It does activate a flicker with the ultimate. Beautiful play by Toinks there. Anna goes down here. Uzi caught in the back way deep into enemy territory right now. Wapsi and Milo fending off into the back line. Uzi goes down, killed by Nicolette. Wapsi finishes off Kush, and this might be all she wrote as we are pressing more damage onto this bottom tower.
They're not leaving, Private. They're not walking out of the base. They're staying here against Defender's advantage from Gosu. Zia is now picking up a red buff, and he's going to push in and try to end this. Will they get greedy and try to go for this, or will they wait for the next Lord?
I mean, right now, they're basically pedal to the metal. That's what you were saying here. You don't want them to get into that late game. You're going to keep the pressure onto them. Make sure that that carry isn't getting fed. Make sure that you're cleaning out the jungle so that they do not hit these power spikes to go ahead and transition this game into the favor of Gosu.
Tunics with an outplay on that Lapu ultimate was so nice. Flickers to the side, heals up. Can they crack this last turret?
Yeah, you go ahead, see the pressure coming on here. There's really not much that the side of Gosu can do, and that is picked up easily by Zia. Anna on the wrong side of the wall does dash back to the safety of her team.
I don't think that Gosu can weather another Lord, so they're probably going to try to fight for this next Lord here, and it's up to Ackerman to bait this out, be as patient as possible, make a pick, get the Lord, and end the game cleanly. Let's see how cleanly Ackerman can end this, or can Gosu interrupt this, get this Lord, and get back in this game.
Well, that's the interesting part here. You are at about an 8K deficit here right now. There's not very many team fights that you're going to be able to win here. The most that you can kind of hope for is that the Lord catches Ackerman with a nice lucky pop-up, and then the Gosu side can kind of come in there to try to finish up. But, I mean, you're basically waiting on Ackerman to make that mistake. You see them cleaning up at the top while Ackerman goes ahead. A little bit of a pop-up there, too. Nicolette coming in here, gets a little bit of vision, sees where the rest of the team is, and they see they have clear sailing.
They've elected to give up the Lord and try to weather the push. Wapsi being pushed away, but will escape. It was a really interesting call for Gosu to not go for that and say, look, we can defend better than we can attack. If we go for this, Ackerman's going to use it as a bait. They're not going to take the Lord. They're just going to turn on us a team fight. So it's a really cool call from Gosu to just back off of this and try to withstand this push in their base. How cleanly can Ackerman sink these lanes and end this game?
Yeah, we're gonna see right now we have the Luminous Lord barreling through mid while the top and bottom starting to get pushed up a bit. We don't have the satisfaction of having a Lord at top and sinking lane at the bottom. So you're gonna have a good spread for the side of Gosu to try to defend here. All the lanes, bottom and top, starting to come in here. Here comes the Lord. Now we're gonna go ahead and engage. Clashing in, Black Dragon is out, and both cult altars have been activated. We see there Uzi with that Raises Fighter trying to come in there, trying to put on the damage, wait to see who gets taken down. Uzi taken down by Zia. Guapsi finds a kill onto Kush, but look at Zia right now, 818, and that is all she wrote for the side of Ackerman. What an intense game and a ton of offense from Ackerman.
That was so clean. It wasn't like as fast paced as the last game we just watched, but it was pretty much the same at different slower spikes. They didn't get quite the gold advantage they had in the previous match. And honestly, they run the game just like they did last time. It may be up to comps, but I just saw from the beginning to the end, total Ackerman control. And this time Gosu had a little bit of pep in their step early game, got the first kill, actually went 1K gold up, but then Ackerman turned it. They get 5 kills, they get another 4 kills. And then it's like, oh man, we messed up. We have to play from really far behind here.